What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video guys, I will show you some explanations from George Palikaras in regards to MMTLP case. On top of that, I will show you quite important information in regards to the medias that are trying to spread this information around the globe. And this information is, on the one hand, is quite important, and on the other hand, it is quite controversial. And it is controversial personally for me. And at the end of this video, I will share my personal story. That is why I highly encourage you to watch this video till the very end, because it is very important for me. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, guys, the only thing you can do and the simplest action that you can take is just to hit the like button for YouTube algorithm in order to push this video forward to the broader audience. And the more people know about our case, the more likely we will solve this problem in our favor. So, that is why just hit the like button. And guys, I want to start today's video with this tweet that was published just a couple of hours ago by RareDD, and he wrote this. Ideally, anytime someone searches FINRA, the SEC, GTS Securities, MMTLP or anything similar on YouTube, a video or videos from our community should be at the top. And I completely agree with this statement. Right now I have 2,390 followers on X, but 396 subscribers on YouTube. If you support the content, please subscribe to all of the MMTLP community members that make content on YouTube. It's free. More videos on the way, at least until we get a resolution. Please add links to their channels below. And I completely agree with this statement. We have to push our case forward by any available tools, and YouTube is definitely one of the strongest one. And RareDD also added a couple of channels. One of them is TRCH247, and second one is Trading Secrets from Ali, and another one is MMTLP Studios. And guys, I'm quite confused, but why in the world RareDD didn't add my channel to this list? I know that for example, my English is awful and I completely understand this, but I do an MMTLP videos on a daily basis without any day offs, and for now I am the only YouTuber who cover this topic pretty much 24/7. And if you want to know all the channels who are trying to spread this information around the globe, let me show you where you can find it. On MMTLPresources.com, here you can see the list of sections of their website, and here you can see the button YouTube channels. Here you can find all the current YouTube channels who are trying to cover this topic, and I have to admit that some of them, for example, Smokey's Stock Trades, changed the topic of his channel entirely. For now, it is not related to MMTLP at all. And other channels, for example, Market Moves with Tony. Unfortunately, Tony passed away last summer, and that is why this channel is pretty much frozen. Next one, Houston Wade didn't update his channel for quite a long period of time, I guess for a couple of months. Yes, 3 months ago, he published the very last video. And in general, yes, you can find Not Legal Advice YouTube channel of Richard Hoffman's here. You can find my channel. You can find Terry's channel as well, but he is not so consistent. Trading Secrets from Ali is also right here. So yes, so this is the actual list of our so-called medias. And let me switch to the most recent news. Metamaterials former CEO addresses MMTLP, and you know that just yesterday it was a space call, and George Palikaras attended to this space call, and definitely a lot of questions was dedicated to MMAT case, because for now it is experiencing quite severe problems with their board of directors. but it is not directly related to metamaterials. But at the same time, George mentioned about our case as well. And let me quote you some details of this article. On a planned space call, the former CEO of Metamaterials, who was in charge during the spin-off, weighs in. Curtis hosted a space call with George Palikaras, the tragically ousted CEO of Metamaterials. While the space call was primarily dedicated to MMAT, some questions about MMTLP were discussed. George was asked some questions about MMTLP and was limited in what he could talk about, but he left some breadcrumbs for the community. He said his work to help MMTLP shareholders and discussions with SEC comes and goes in waves. He also said it's not closed. He suggested some email communications could be released between him and the SEC along with the NextBridge hydrocarbons correspondence that have been made public. George acknowledged our work with Congress, but suggested a way to make it more effective is going through Greg McCabe of NextBridge Hydrocarbons. He said, I think you should be trying to discuss with him, McCabe, some strategies. And yes, I agree that Greg McCabe is the person who might be the strongest link to the Congress, and that is why we have to use this path as well. How we can do it? Simply just help George McCabe to push our case forward by this action. We have to contact our congressman's office and ask them to help to contact James Comer's office to express support for an MMTLP congressional hearing. And this is the most important call to action basically from the beginning of April for almost 2 weeks in a row, because we know that just recently Don Fees and his team were at Washington, D.C., and they made a lot of meetings with Congress members. But for now, these Congress members should know that there is a huge force behind the Don Fees team and a huge MMTLP community who has a lot of problems because of this illegal U3 halt. So, let me show you what other community members says in regards to the George Palikaras interview. First of all, George Palikaras himself, in the tweet that he published just a couple of hours ago, didn't mention about MMTLP at all, and this is quite a concerning part. At the same time, 100mph wrote this. I'm going to say this with absolute confidence. Palikaras will take hit no matter what he attempts to do. With that said, I have absolute confidence that he is the real deal and is an exceptional leader. The matters relating to the SEC is beyond his and every shareholder's control. There is an abusive and systematic securities lending cancer in the marketplace, and MMAT is being victimized unfairly. MMTLP and MMAT are not part of a pump and dump that many disinformation campaigns are projecting to the public. This is an active crime scene, and the cover-up is in progress. I will not relent. These securities are prime examples of intellectual property and private property theft in the stock market. Corporate action and trade settlement interference are conditions of the many crimes that took place between governing agencies and financial institutions here. Get the aggregate audited share count and everyone will have all the evidence they need. Congress, we need a congressional hearing and subpoena. Yes, we need these hearings and we need subpoena in order to be make the most effective step towards the resolution. At the same time, guys, let me show you another opinion of Meta guy Murdoch. He wrote this in response to this space call. I think doing anything collectively will yield results. I love the media blitz for sure. If we draft a comprehensive comparison with the Bernie Madoff case, we could sell the story to them. We have plenty of content to give us the credibility, particularly the Payne and Norman videos. But I maintain, the ask for the hearing, in my opinion, is and should be the top priority. It's something that is incredibly time-sensitive, and we need to acknowledge our numbers are diminished. We need all hands on deck to focus our efforts toward this. It takes a village, George Palikaras said. And definitely, guys, we have to focus because for now, Unfortunately, for example, Mark Basil left the MMTLP community, and definitely he is still the lawyer of some of community members. He's still an attorney representing the community members in court, but we will not have this flow of information from him in regards to MMTLP anymore. On top of that, Richard Hoffman switched his focus to DTII case, and he is still in the arbitration process, but he hasn't mentioned about the MMTLP saga for quite a long period of time. I think some of the deadlines in regards to his arbitration might be at the end of April, somewhere in 23rd, I guess, of this month, and it should be the result to switch the arbiters panel. And definitely, Richard will disclose the results of these hearings, but in general, he is also not so active right now in regards to MMTLP case. And that is why, guys, a lot of people from MMTLP community might think that we are losing momentum. But on the one hand, yes, we are losing our allies, we are losing the support, for example, from people who made a lot of videos in regards to MMTLP case. But on the other hand, our focus is still the same. We have to push our case through litigations, and we have to push our case forward through the Congress hearings. That is why, guys, please contact to your representative, contact to your Congress member in order to push our case forward. So, let me show you another quite interesting update. Just recently, Paul T reposted the tweet that was published by Securities and Exchange Commission back in September of 2023, where they announced they settled charges against Goldman Sachs for failing to provide complete and accurate securities trading information, known as bullshit data. And Goldman Sachs agreed to pay a $6 million penalty to resolve the SEC charges. And guys, the question of Paul T is pretty much brilliant in regards to this tweet. How about fining FINRA for withholding the MMTLP bullshit data? And yes, we know that FINRA bullshitted MMTLP from the end of November of 2022, and definitely they know all the information. Unfortunately, time is working against us, and that is why we have to do our best in order to find out this information. And we have to use any possible ways how we can find it out. And definitely, one of these paths will lead us to resolution. On top of that, let me show you that we still have a lot of activity from wrongdoers. And we can see that, for example, Barclays agrees to pay $700,000 fine for alleged violations of FINRA's rules. And this news you can find on Kristen Shoness's Twitter account. She explains in details all of this news. And definitely, because of all of these fines, we can see that illegal actions, there is a lot of illegal actions on the market right now. And despite all the fines, all the penalties, we still see a lot of them. And that is why the system should be changed. Not the consequences, but the entire system should be changed. And that is why, guys, I think through the MMTLP case, we can do it. And in my opinion, for now, it is time to unite with other communities who are the victims of the same illegal activity from authorities and market makers. I will try to unite us, and definitely if you have any thoughts in regards to this case, drop me a line in the comment section and we will decide how we can do it. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed.